What's going on YouTube? This is Country Coder. Welcome to my channel and welcome to my very first video. The first videos you're going to see on my channel are about a month old due to my laptop that I used to have was kind of old, and with this new GoPro 8 that I got, it just would not play the videos, and the editing software that I got just wouldn't even load. I went back and listened to a couple of the videos that I recorded, and the audio just was not very good at all. So I ended up getting a new laptop, and about a week ago I got it all updated, and it now is playing the videos just fine. I was up in Virginia for about 7 weeks due to a school that my job sent me to, which is kind of good because on April 17th I went to Bay Side Harley Davidson up in Portsmouth, Virginia. They had a demo ride going on that day, and on the demo truck they had the Harley Davidson Pan America 1250 for the very first time on any of the demo trucks. So when I got there about 10 o'clock, I found out that I was the 4th person to sign up at that dealership to ride the Pan America. Ben's, this was the first time that the Pan America had ever been on the demo truck. I feel like maybe I was one of the first 1,000 to ever ride one of the Pan Americas, which is pretty cool to say. I ended up going out on the ride. The Pan America comes with a revolutionary motor that is 150 horsepower and is liquid cooled, which is not very common on a lot of Harley Davidson motorcycles. Another thing that's pretty neat about it is they have something that's called adapted ride height. What that means is that when you first cut the motorcycle on, it'll actually lower the suspension so that you can get on it, which is good because a lot of shorter riders complain that a lot of the adventure bikes are so tall that they have a hard time getting on the bike. And also, after you get on the bike, whenever you start going, it'll actually pick the suspension back up to what their normal ride height is. And as you come to a stop, it'll actually lower the ride height back down so that it's very suitable for shorter riders. I am 6'1" to 6'2", depending on what convenience store I'm robbing. So I was able to, sit on it, and I was pretty flat-footed and still could bend my knees. So it's definitely not a very tall bike, especially with the active suspension. One of the complaints that I had when I went on the ride is that I'm not used to sitting up real tall like you have to, because I ride a 95 Harley Davidson Sportster. That's about the only street bike that I've ever rode. I'm not used to sitting that straight up, and so after the 20-minute ride with adventure bikes, you have to sit pretty straight up so that you can control the bike. I'm sure after a while of riding, you would actually get used to sitting that straight up, and I wouldn't have that pain as well. The other complaint that I had was that the windshield has 2 different positions. Even in the upper position, because of how tall I am, I was still getting a lot of wind hitting my chest and everything, which I wasn't expecting. However, when I got back, talking to one of the guys that rode it just before me, he said he agreed with the wind noise and the wind that he was getting. We wasn't expecting. But they was also saying that they do have a lot of accessories already for the bike. One of them being a taller windshield. Also, they got different seats that you can put on these things. So I do think in the long run that this is going to be a very successful bike. One thing I found out while I was there was that there was going to be a bike week the following week down in Outer Banks in North Carolina, which was only about an hour and a half south from where I was staying in Norfolk. That Friday, April 23rd, I ended up going down there to the Outer Banks bike week. However, I'm going to have to show you the actual bike week in the 3rd video, because after I left Bay Side Harley Davidson, I went to flat track racing, which is what's going to be on my 2nd video. And I got some pretty special things I want to show you on that one. I feel like y'all will enjoy, and it's a kind of a real good feeling once you see what the video is talking about. When I did go down there to the bike week, I actually ran into the demo truck down at Knack Heads in North Carolina at the Knack Heads Harley Davidson. I apologize in advance that I didn't have my camera out because it was already 2 o'clock and I didn't figure that there would be any slots for the Pan America, but there was some slots for the Pan America, and so I ended up riding it. Well, the one thing that was different on this one was that it actually had the sport mode enabled. And let me tell you, that sport mode is where it's all about, especially on the street, because it will flat out get it. So here's a picture of the guy that actually took my picture of me on the bike, because he made the comment that, well, now that I got your phone, I'm gonna take my own selfie. And so he did 2 times, which was pretty cool. You know, I had a good time. It was something else, especially being able to ride it twice in a week. So I hope you enjoy this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Will give me a subscribe. Like I said, I got some cool videos coming here soon, and I think you will enjoy them. I'm going this weekend actually to get on MotoFest, so I hope to see you there. I know a few people that are going to be there that I'm wanting to really meet. So until the next video, I'll see you then.